Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Manscaped, the premium brand for men's grooming and hygiene products across the globe and beyond. 9 million men use their products worldwide: trimmers, hygiene and shower formulations, and of course those premium boxers. And they come again, changing the world, the game, with a brand new product. Ladies and gentlemen, they have got the new tool, the Handyman. Now, when we're talking about making effective grooming routines, the Handyman does exactly that. First things first, it delivers a quick, close shave with a unique dual blade system, features a standard foil shaver, as well as a long hair leveler blade to knock down up to 3 days worth of growth. Say goodbye to all those patchy beards and hello to a clean, well-groomed appearance. And of course, let's not forget the skin-safe technology designed to help reduce those nicks and cuts and bruises. And of course, the Handyman is waterproof, meaning that you can do this in the shower, makes a lot of the cleanup quick and easy. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it has a sleek, compact design, fits perfectly in the palm of your hand, making it super easy to maneuver and reach those really tricky areas. You know what I'm talking about. And do you know what the best part about it is? You don't even have to leave it at home. It's airplane friendly, compact size, rechargeable battery. You can take this anywhere you go and groom yourself to your heart's content. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you get a special offer. If you use code SOG at checkout, you get 20% off your purchase of the Handyman from Manscaped. So what are you waiting for? Upgrade your grooming routine and get your hands on with the Handyman. Trust me, your face is gonna thank you. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and I got a mop console that has ties to the Swedish Mafia, ladies and gentlemen. You might be wondering why I have gloves for this, and to be honest, I'm going to save that just for a little bit, because the console we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, is the Gizmondo. No, that's not the actual name that I'm making up, that is actually what it is called, the Gizmondo gaming device. So to understand, the Gizmondo was released March 19, 2005. Historians watching this video will tell me that that's 4 days before the Sony PSP. North America, March 24, 2005. Yeah, I gotta make sure, okay? I don't want to spread no misinfo here. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we're talking about the same system, the PSP, that had an entire Grand Theft Auto game, and if you were one that enjoyed Nintendo, you could buy the DS, which is probably one of the best-selling handhelds of all time, all right? Nintendo pretty much has a monopoly on that market, but the DS was a very popular system for obvious reasons. Great games, great system, amazing battery life, and brand power, something the Gizmondo did not have. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Gizmondo was a response to the Sony PSP, the Nintendo DS, in some cases the N-Gage 2, ladies and gentlemen, more so mobile phones at the time. For those of you who don't know, mobile phones and mobile gaming was a lot different back then too. Nowadays, you get a whole bunch of mobile titles you can download for free. But back in the day, you had to actually go through your cell phone carrier and you can get ports of big name games. Like this Splinter Cell Chaos Theory port that was a side-scroller game. This is not something that could, in my opinion, replace the main Xbox release. But yeah, you'd actually pay a premium markup to your phone company, download this Java game, and you could play not just this, but various other titles that had various different degrees of quality. Heck, there was an entire Metal Gear Solid game that one could play that only belonged on Nokia handheld devices. Now, of course, Gizmondo was different. It was a console trying to do everything. Message your friends, use GPS technology that didn't work properly. Do you want to download video games? I think you might have been able to. I think there was an option where you could use the GPS to fight off people near you. You could actually have turf battles in certain video games with the GPS functionality, something I'll be getting to towards the end because I actually have a real Gizmondo sitting here. But it also had physical media that I've only ever seen on one YouTube channel. Speaking of YouTube channels, I actually have an interest for this video from like 14 years ago, before I ever started Some Ordinary Gamers. There was a channel a long time ago known as Gooch and the Douchebag, and while this channel still exists, I believe the owners haven't signed on for a literal eon, so if you want to show them some love, they may or may not know, but these guys made a video review of the Gizmondo that stuck with me to this very day. And it's what prompted me to spend $700 on eBay to find a tracker that would actually find the system, send it over to me, and actually clean it up pretty well. Now, the Gizmondo had some popular games. It had a bunch of games. Games like Sticky Balls. Hey, you guys got San Andreas? Mom, can I have GTA San Andreas? No, son, we have San Andreas at home. It's called Colors, a gangsta-style game that is absolutely dog water. We'll get to it in a bit. Then, of course, you've also got other games like SSX3, yes, ported officially by Electronic Arts. So they were throwing hefty sums for actual ports of big-name games on the worst-selling handheld known to man. Now, it's about time that I pick up this bad boy, so I'm going to actually grab the old gloves here real quick, because the Gizmondo is known to have this weird vinyl look to it. Basically, in hot weathers, it would melt. I believe the reseller fixed it up. It's just plastic at this point, but I'm not trying to catch no crazy biohazards off this device. Now, I ended up picking it up for $700. It came in this Nike box. I don't know if it's actually a real Nike box, and if I look deep into it, it's got some newspapers from the old United Kingdom. And for some reason, the reseller decided to give me a plug for the Europeans. Don't know what the fuck I'm going to be doing it with here in Canada. We've got normal plugs, not this. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you shipped me this device over here, which has a battery that they've finally managed to... They actually put in a new battery on this thing, directly soldered it onto the device. It's still terrible battery life. We're talking like 30 minutes at max. I'm not even joking with you. They gave me a SIM card, which, I don't know, may or may not have been used for illegal purposes. I think I'll find that out when, you know, I'll be Exhibit A in a courtroom, I guess. Anyways, this device, when it came up over here, had a $400 price tag, okay? So to remind you, $400 for this pile of crap, and people wondered why it didn't sell. But don't get me wrong, Gizmondo executives had some brain blasts going on over there. They thought we could probably sell another version for $250 and subsidize it by having ads on the system. Now, this version never really came out. I mean, it did from what I understand, but the advertising system didn't. So realistically, they sold the system on a loss and never even recouped anything. In fact, the financials are hilarious when we get to it. Gizmondo even thought advertising in Nintendo Power was a smart move. Why you think you could advertise on your competitor and sandwich your shitty console in between a good console and good games and have people not be attracted to the other stuff, but your dog water is beyond me. That's some serious copium right there, boys. Now, this wasn't even a small launch, by the way. This thing was showcased at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2004, and to promote the entire device, they had some pretty big parties. We're talking big celebrities showed up, performed, and they even went so far as to having Stefan Erickson, one of their executives, I want you to remember this name right now, participating in the Le Mans 2005 tournament with a Gizmondo-sponsored Ferrari. There is footage of this. I'm not joking with you. Let's watch it together. Look at that. Look at that Ferrari. Completely butchered visually by having these Gizmondo... Like, you see the Gizmondo employees and this abject, horrible decal work on this device. This is not only abusive to the world of video gaming, but abusive to automotive fans around the world. Now, he did not drive the Ferrari. That was actually just Gizmondo, okay? For Stefan to participate in the Le Mans tournament would be an extra layer of wild storytelling that, frankly, is not realistic in this universe that we live in. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, all of this confidence and promotion just to sell under 25,000 units. Again, making this the worst-selling handheld in history. Now, to understand, I mentioned Stefan Erickson, and ladies and gentlemen, when I talked about the Swedish Mafia, I was not kidding. This console has links to an organized criminal. To understand how it works, Stefan Erickson, as per his Wikipedia page, is a Swedish video game developer and criminal. Not even alleged, straight up called him a criminal from Uppsala, who's famous for two things, ladies and gentlemen. Spearheading this dog shit with his friend and business partner, Carl Freer, and also crashing a $2 million valued Enzo Ferrari in the coast of Southern California. A story that we will get to later because it's also as wild as this console. Stefan Erickson isn't some small-time gangster, according to authorities. He was the leader of the Uppsala Maffian, which is a Swedish mob organization, up until he developed the Gizmondo. Now, the first time of this career criminal scum here was back in the early 90s, late 80s, when he was known as Sjok Stef, or basically Fat Steve here, translated in American. He was an auto body shop employee who started with petty thievery, did a light 3-month sentence where after getting out he'd get caught again in 1988 on drug and arms trafficking convictions. Oh boy, this guy is not a small-time player. He's a big-time player. Because after he came out of this, he ended up spearheading the Uppsala Mafia, which according to this article that I had translated to English from all the way back, he was alleged to be responsible for serious high-profile violent crimes. He lived like a 1980s Miami drug boss, the Scarface of Sweden, if you will. Expensive boats, nice cars like a Mercedes SL, Mercedes being one of, his favorite brands we'll get to later. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond all of this, they even had a legal op, which was called Kanon Inkasso. I have to read my notes because I'm not a Swedish speaker. But I shit you not, it translates to the canon debt collectors, which I guess the best way to describe them are like the Yakuza, nicely dressed, come up to your office and beat the living crap out of you to get your money, collect your debt, so on and so forth.
And hey, they even allegedly tried to scam a bank out of millions of krones that they did not possess.
And basically, all of it culminated with Stefan getting sentenced to 10 years in prison. Though he'd only actually end up serving 5 years, but the charges were counterfeiting and fraud. So this guy is a career criminal, and in some cases, not really a good one. According to some of the court documents that would surface, there appeared to be some serious witness tampering. A witness tampering in the sense that one of the witnesses had to dodge not just one, but 2 bomb attempts, okay? So it was a wild situation. So wild that Swedish police couldn't even find a lot of people that would testify in this entire case. Now, of course, these guys were violent, sociopathic, and after all of this, Stefan decides, I'm gonna work on the Gizmondo. Now, while the Gizmondo is a new project, I dug up SEC documentation that showcased, even though this was new, Stefan and various other executives were not below getting massive salary packages. We're talking $867,000 for Stefan Erickson. Oh, but that's just a salary. Muda, we gotta include the bonus of $1.3 million. And there was a bunch of other compensations too that included like $5,000 for his car or something like that. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, he wasn't just making fat stacks. The other individuals, like Carl Freer, was also making some pretty solid fat stacks as well, too. And of course, beyond just making those fat stacks, it's no shock that Gizmondo ended up being a commercial failure. When they racked up $300 million US in losses, they also had a few multi-million-dollar lawsuits from MTV, Swedish conglomerates, and a fucking Formula One racing team. So when it came to one of the companies that the Gizmondo was under, the Gizmondo was actually part of Tiger Telematics. And according to the SEC filings that, of course, we looked up, according to what had come out from Wired, actually, back in the day, was creditors began circling Ogilvy, which is, from Sweden, sued for more than $4 million it claimed it was owed for marketing and advertising. MTV Networks Europe demanded $1.5 million after Gizmondo reneged on an agreement to sponsor several of the network's shows. And then, of course, the Jordan Grand Prix lawsuit had been $3 million, which, again, when you're getting sued by F1 teams, you got some problems. Basically, they weren't paying their bills. This guy didn't fill his car note. Everything was just a giant sham. It was actually wild how Stefan, even towards the point where he resigned from the company, it ended up moving all the way to California, where just to get into the United States, given how much of a known felon this guy was a bit questionable. But all of this, after the Gizmondo's failure, Stefan was coming up again in the limelight a year later when he crashed a $2 million Ferrari Enzo on the Pacific Coast Highway.
Chris, that Ferrari Enzo was nearly obliterated in the high-speed crash along the PCH. The occupants who were protected inside its Formula One-styled cockpit walked away. But one of those men, Stefan Erickson, isn't escaping attention. At the scene of yesterday's crash, sheriff's investigators talked to Stefan Erickson, who said he was the owner of the smashed $1 million Ferrari.
Now, this is a bit of a different story. This has nothing to do with the Gizmondo, but everyone tells the story because it's so fucking outlandish. So, on February 21st, 2006, he was allegedly driving, while intoxicated, of course, an Enzo Ferrari on the Pacific Coast Highway. Now, according to the actual CBS article that I found in March 2006, they actually talk about how the police were told that there was apparently a video camera rolling as they sped along the highway. There was no video equipment that was found. However, the more I researched into the story, it hurts the fact that this Enzo Ferrari was only out of 400, so one loss is just painful. But the other thing is, there was a loaded gun magazine found near the crash scene as well, too. And if it's one thing law enforcement authorities, Homeland Security looked into it, the story just kept on getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, the car malfunctioned, lost control, and hit a pole outside Malibu. It hit the pole so hard that the car split in half. Now, of course, cops got involved, obviously, and Erickson claimed at the time that he was just a passenger in the car. The actual car was being driven by a guy known as Dietrich. And of course, it turns out that there was even another person at the crash too, known as Trevor Carney, who was found in another car, allegedly, a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren that he was also the passenger in, that was claimed to have been racing the red Enzo Ferrari. Now, of course, the fun part about the story, neither the Mercedes McLaren was found and Dietrich. They were both gone. So law enforcement basically concluded that Erickson was driving the Ferrari. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Erickson was so wild that he ended up bringing out a business card and he started claiming that he was the deputy police commissioner with the San Gabriel Valley Transit Authority. I dug up one article from the Pasadena Star News that ended up saying arrest made in Ferrari probe. And who's the arrest of? The arrest was of Yusuf Maiwandi, who is actually the leader of this transit authority. So yeah, this guy got charged with perjury, and the transit authority ended up raiding this person's offices, where they found guns, badges, and an unmarked police vehicle. Searches at Maiwandi's home and 3 other locations turn up several handguns, a box of police badges, jackets with police written on the back, and a vehicle with the appearance of an unmarked police car. Yeah, this is a pretty, that itself is a pretty goddamn serious operation. What's even funnier then is that a month later, Stefan's fiancée, Nicole Person, was driving a 2005 Mercedes SLR McLaren, and she was pulled over because of a suspicious plate. Now, she didn't have a valid license, intelligent, and the car wasn't even registered. Turns out they were all illegally exported from Great Britain, and investigators connected the dots and found out that the crashed Enzo Ferrari, another Ferrari, a black one, and then 2 more Mercedes-Benzes on top of the McLaren were actually not registered, and they were exported illegally from Great Britain. And not only were the fact that these cars were exported, they were leases from back home. And the leases stopped being paid, they were shipped out, and some of them were, the Mercedes-Benzes, from what I understand, were reported stolen, so these scumbags could get another insurance payout out of it. Dude, I pay my insurance premiums up the ass. And for these scumbags to cause my premiums to go through the roof because they're stealing vehicles is beyond me. It burns me. Now, of course, when the cops raided Erickson's house in Bel Air, he was arrested under charges of drunk driving, coke possession, numerous weapons charges, embezzlement, and of course, grand theft auto. But of course, he was facing around 14 years initially, and then he worked a plea deal where he was just exported back to Sweden, where again, he still had to serve an 18-month sentence for extortion and aggravated assault. Yeah, that's the story of Stefan Erickson, the Gizmondo, and how this crazy company failed to exist. But of course, I've got the Gizmondo. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is sit down, relax, and explore this pile of shit together with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Gizmondo ready to go. Now here's the system fired up. I'm charging it via this cable, so if you feel old, there you go. This is running out of a keyboard. So, ladies and gentlemen, to understand, I've got the batteries over here. I've got a VGA 0.3 megapixel camera. So yeah, don't expect photo qualities to be insane on this. And an SD card that apparently has every single Gizmondo game known to man. Now, you can see this model has smart ads. Yeah, they never recouped it, obviously. Settings, they've got, different sounds, signals, they've got skins. So if you want to, customize your device a little bit, you can. Don't know why you would do that. Different languages, all that, and so on and so forth. Now, to understand, look at how poorly ergonomic. This is the L and R button, okay? So they look like watch batteries. The face buttons are stop, play, fast forward, rewind. The D-pad feels like a cat's asshole. And of course, at the top, you've got home, volume, brightness, triangle, Illuminati, and that's the power key, okay? So it's probably the worst UI, and we'll get to it in a bit, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, you've got movies. So yes, believe it or not, there were people that could expect to watch a movie on this, and if you had the Windows Media Viewer packet, you could absolutely encode to that. And to understand, this is what it looked like. So if you go full screen, the battery life isn't going to put you through an entire episode of Family Guy. So to watch a movie on this would be, in my opinion, statistically impossible. Unless you're tethered to the wall, which at that point, why not just use a fucking television anyways?
You've got music, so, you can play some music tracks on your device. The audio quality, as you can imagine, coming out of this, rectum of the speaker isn't going to be that great. You got messaging capabilities, so if you want to text people with your Gizmondo, you could. You've got GPS and web. And of course, obviously, the GPS does not work. No satellite coverage. I don't have web services, so that's not working. Now, you got a contact sheet. If you got... I assume people that owned this device didn't have friends, so this functionality never got met. Applications, we're going to fire up the game here real quick, but you've also got, a camera. So the camera quality isn't great by any stretch of the imagination, and to show you what the pictures look like, this is what came with the system. So to start off with, I got Genoa la mia Malatia, okay? Then I got an image of a guy pointing the camera towards their junk. Then I've got what appears to be the black market Gizmondo fucking, processing lab. 2 Albanian gangsters, I assume, and my house. So this was captured by me, not by the person selling it. Obviously, that would be a little weird. Now, of course, we're going to press the home button here, and we're going to fire up the game. But I'm going to show you some of the applications don't actually work. I believe you could use this to, like, GPS your way around places. So if you wanted to use this like a TomTom or a GPS device, God forbid, just get a real GPS, okay? That's all. Who is using their game console as a GPS? Stop it. And then, of course, you've got emulators. So this actually does have emulation. And the way that this works are these are Windows CE, because the system runs on Windows CE. These are ported emulators. So some of them actually work. Like, for instance, this is the Super Nintendo emulator. Oh, Jesus Christ. This thing runs like hot ass. Okay, the title screen running at less than 60 is already dangerous, but let's load up the tournament, I guess. Crash, dude. Cheap and tacky. It's like a poorly thought out device. Anyways, let's play the actual Gizmondo games, okay? So let's go to Doom. Let's launch up some Doom, see what it's all about here. Obviously, can it run Doom? I assume the answer is yes. And from what I get, this isn't a native port to the Gizmondo. This is a Windows CE version of the game. So let's go to new, knee deep. All right, let's go. All right, ultra violence is fine. Not gonna play this for more than like 5 seconds. But here it is. The game's loading up. Okay. Wait. R is paw. Oh, that is sick. All right, let's go over here, see if we can find an enemy. Boom, boom. Oh, we got some people up top here. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, wait, let's get some shots going on. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's go to new game. New game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, wait, hold on. Bring me back in. Bring me back into the world. There we go. All right, let's see if we can even get a kill on this version. It sucks because I'm looking at this through the camera viewfinder, so, like, the already small screen is difficult for me to actually utilize. And what I've realized in this is oh, that's auto map. There's no strafing? Oh, that is so sick and demented, dude. That's demented. Who plays this? I refuse to believe anybody's finished Doom on the Gizmondo. I think this is the most anybody's played on the device. All right, now this is the best-selling game on the platform, Sticky Balls. So let's give Sticky Balls a try. This is Gizmondo Games. They're a special game studio. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this banger is all about, dude. Sticky Balls, Gizmondo Games. Yeah, cool. They don't exist, okay? We don't need all these copyrights brought up. All right, so here it is. There. Oh. Huh. Back. There we go. So we got some sticky balls. Let's go to that classic mode, all right? Coke Classic style. Let's get into that shit. All right. All right, you know what? I'm going to be honest. It looks good. It visually looks pretty decent, okay? All right, wait. The classic game objective is to score the most point... Well... I guess the point of this is... Wait... Oh, that's how you switch, I guess. Oh, okay, we've stuck the balls there. Cool. And then blue. Oh, so we kind of like... Oh, so we connect the balls that way. Fair enough. So we connect the balls. Finished it. Okay, so I get the whole point of it. We connect balls together that are the same colors. Okay, so yellow balls stick to the other yellow balls. That's cool. That's cool. You know, it's got impressive physics for the time, too. I'm not even fucking around here. Let's see if we can get, like, a trick shot going here. Extra! Oh, does it stick? It stuck! Dude, I got high scores. I can see why this is the most, like, likable game, because you'd have to be really fucking high to be playing this shit. And that kind of goes par for the course for most people that bought the Gizmondo. Here, let's connect this. Oh, we've got 3 balls connecting together. Oh my god, there's no fucking shot we're doing this. Oh, baby! Dude, oh, no way, dude. No way, bro! Oh, there we go. We got fivers. We got 5 nuts connected. That's how you do it. Okay. Now, I'll tell you right now, this game makes me want to, like, absolutely die because it's so bad. I'm going to back out of it and load up games that I actually have more of an interest in. Say, Jack, you're new round here, ain't you? Yeah, I could tell. You got that look in your eyes. You're a mean one, but you ain't mean enough yet. Lots of people come off that train scared. You don't see them around for long, okay? Yo, Pops, what you selling? What you trying to say, Pops? Yeah, what you trying to say? If you're going to survive in Crimson City, you need information, boy. I got just what you need. Top-of-the-line police scanner. Sell it to you for $50. I'll show you something else, too. I got this here key to the locker upstairs on the other side of the platform. A couple gangsters be looking all over for this because they use it to try to hide drugs and guns and shit. You know, given the fact that the executive for this company must have known a lot about this life, I can definitely see a lot of effort here, okay? Like, there's definitely a lot to offer. Use the D-pad to move. Press the left shoulder button to toggle between walk and run. And press the left shoulder button to toggle. Tap the left shoulder button to... Why do they map it? Okay. To hold the right to strafe. Okay, first off, let's... I don't want to get copyright struck, so I guess we'll go to music real quick here. And just dial that all the way down. Okay, so we need to go upstairs. Well, first off, I can say, I was about to say the frame rate was good, but then, like, whew, it was not. Okay. You can use this locker to stash away items and weapons that you have no use and don't want to risk losing. Oh, okay, stash house. Cool, cool, cool. Stop. Let's access the locker here real quick. Oh, dude, I got a gun? Oh, hell yeah. Let's move the gun in. I got 1 gun. Move that into... No, get the item. Okay, there it is. All right, back out. Oh, shit. What you want, bro? Wait, can I bring it out? Oh! Pop, 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 pop. Oh! God! It's so bad! It's so bad! But I got the money, I got the dollar, holla, holla. All right, let's. How do we like? We put this away. Wait, how do I put that away? Wait, I need to holster my gun. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Double tap. All right, we're officially in the open world. That's what Colors has to offer, ladies and gentlemen. The GTA San Andreas killer for the Gizmondo. Why buy Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories or Liberty City Stories when you have access to Colors? Wait, can we get into a shootout here? Oh, hell yeah. Get out of here. The hood's gonna love it. Thank God I have unlimited ammunition. Jesus Christ. Where's the cop? What's the police response? Oh, I'm getting cop responses. Oh, see, they got a whole wanted rating. You know, actually, this wanted system is better than, like, the Cyberpunk 2077 one. That's crazy, dude. That is so insane. Like, they're not even spawning out of nowhere. They're, like, actually, like, coming in from the... Oh, I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get whacked, boys. Oh, my God. What the fuck are they made of? Oh, I wasn't even targeting, sorry. Oh, so the actual shootout mechanic is interesting. So as you hold R, you're running your gun over them and then like kind of clearing it up. Can we get away here? We might be able to. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna get out of this game. This game is not as exciting as I once thought. Unloading game. First time I've ever seen that. That's crazy. No. Turn down the master volume because I don't want to get hit with a copyright here. All right, let's just hit play and continue, and we'll go in. So yeah, you know, I'll tell you right now, the graphics, they look pretty good, dude. Like it's, you know, it's not a PSP or anything, but you know, it's at least people will know that they're playing SSX. Oh man, you know, the frame rate's not too bad either. It's like kind of hitting 15 frames a second, which, you know, you might be like, oh, Muda, that's shit. And it is. But like, hey, listen, you know, you're playing SSX. You know, this is what the Gizmondo was there for. Look at how beautiful that skybox is, man. Look at it, dude. I'm doing combos and shit. This is amazing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the Gizmondo. Honestly, I'm in tremendous pain covering this content because my thumb feels like it's about to dislocate. And honestly, the games have not been super duper impressive. I wanted to look at a couple of the games. I wanted to dive in. Obviously, it's not a very performative system. There's a lot to be desired, especially considering the fact that if you waited a couple days, you could roughly, for the same price, pick up a Sony PSP, which would have given you more hours of fun and entertainment than whatever this garbage was aiming to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gizmondo was a tremendous failure, and not only is it a failure, but it's the only console that I know that has ties to organized crime. Now, ladies and gentlemen, where is the Gizmondo? Well, every single company has been defunct. The people behind it have either been in jail or have completely tried to eschew the fact that they even have any connection to the Gizmondo name, Tiger Telemetrics, Tiger Telenomics, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gizmondo is and will forever remain a complete abject failure. That said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I need to take a long, grueling shower and consider my financial choices in life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. And hey, Rarez, if you want a hands on a Gizmondo system, feel free to come down to my house. I'll let you play with my biohazardous container. Because if you want to know about more obscure systems and games, that's a channel you should definitely hit up. Rarez TV. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and I am out.